My dear viewer, is it possible for one to live a simpler life, to live a more fulfilling life? Is it possible? Bearing in mind that the various problems that we meet as we try to pursue life make us feel overwhelmed. We feel as if we are not living life as we're supposed to live it. And we constantly get stressed. But is it possible for us to live a simpler life? So as I was doing my research, I bumped upon this philosophy known as pragmatism. So what is pragmatism? Pragmatism is a philosophy that focuses on the practicality of things, doing what you can with a given resource and time. So personally, I recall when I first started my YouTube channel, that was back then in 2019. Then I was filled with excitement. I had very high ambitions. But I quickly realized that creating engaging content was not as easy as I thought. I spent countless hours editing videos only for them to receive very minimal views and likes. Then it was quite a frustrating experience. But right now, it doesn't matter whether my videos get any views or likes. What matters is that I am doing something that I am passionate about, something that I really like. And that is the most important thing. When doing anything, first of all, focus on why you are doing it. What is motivating you? You have two types of motivation. You have extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic, this is the motivation that comes from outside. Maybe you are motivated as a result of maybe the likes motivate you. Maybe you are motivated because perhaps in your mind you have the thought of maybe getting money out of it. But intrinsic, this is the motivation that comes from within you. Nothing external is driving you. You are driven by the passion. And that is the key thing in life. For us to avoid any kind of stress, let us have the motivation that comes from within, intrinsic motivation. Now, you may wonder, right now, am I where I want to be in my YouTube channel? No, I'm not, but I'm aiming there. In pragmatism, I learned the value of prioritizing my tasks, setting realistic goals. Here you talk about SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals. And most importantly, embracing failures as part of growth. This is very key. Like in this YouTube channel of mine, anytime I have a video that has received, let's say, maybe 2 views, or let's call it 2 views, I usually go back, relook at that video, maybe so that I can be able to learn from the failures. Never let failures bring you down. Remember, you have a higher calling, you have a higher purpose. So what is pragmatism? Pragmatism, as I have said, it deals with focusing on practical solutions rather than theoretical ideals. It is about doing what works. And this is very key. Doing what works, not what is perfect. In pragmatism, we do not aim in perfection. And if your goal is to perfect, you will always feel stressed and overwhelmed. In pragmatism, here we do not focus on perfection, but doing what is practical, what you can be able to do without straining so much, without putting a strain on your time and a strain on your resources. Now, pragmatism has several basic foundations in which you have to follow in order for you to live a simple life. And one principle of pragmatism is learning to say no. I think you can agree with me that you have to set boundaries in life. You can't be saying yes, 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 yes. You can't be a yes person. Being a yes person will really hurt you. When you are setting your boundaries, do it politely. Be direct and honest. in your refusal. For example, use the I statement. When somebody asks you out, you can say, for example, I am not interested. Maybe I am engaged in something else. This will help you to focus on your feelings and your needs. Also, principle number 2 is practicing mindfulness. Remember, principle number 1 was learning to say no, and we have said that learning to say no helps you to set boundaries. You need boundaries. Principle number 2, practicing mindfulness. This one, before you make any decision in life, you have to take a moment and breathe. Think about what you want to do. Consider the short-term and long-term consequences of the decision you wish to take. Also, in practicing mindfulness, we learn problem-solving skills. Any problem that you have to approach it with a clear and objective mind. Select the solution that will be effective and very efficient, that will help you in solving that particular problem that you have. Principle number 3, embracing imperfection. Remember, in pragmatism, we do not aim on perfection. We embrace the imperfection, for we human beings are not perfect. We learn from the mistakes. We embrace imperfection. This one is also called the 80-20 rule or the Pareto rule. So what does the Pareto rule state? It states that 80% of the result we get come from the 20% of the effort. So this means that our striving for perfection can often be a waste of time and energy. So in embracing our imperfection, we should eliminate the less important task. Any task that is not helping you in building up whatever you want, please eliminate it. Get rid of it as fast as possible. Number 2, set realistic goals. And this is very important in pragmatism. If you want to achieve something, you can't set a higher goal, and yet you really know you don't have the time, neither do you have the resources. Set something that is realistic, something you can be able to achieve without too much strain on yourself. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on yourself. Number 4, keeping it simple. In pragmatism, the key thing here is everything you do, make it as simple as possible. You see, avoid overcomplicating problems, because as the law of diminishing return states that the more you add more effort or resources, the more perhaps it may not lead to the final outcome you want. Now, having said all this, it is time to put into practice these principles. That is the principle of learning to say no, embracing imperfection, and keeping it simple. And finally, embracing mindfulness. Embracing mindfulness helps you to tackle anxiety and any kind of depression. In conclusion, pragmatism is not about settling for mediocrity. This one we should be very clear here. In pragmatism, we are not settling for an average life. No, it is about making conscious choices. The choices you make knowing too well their short-term and long-term consequences. The choices we make will help us to lead a more fulfilling life. By embracing simplicity, focusing on only what matters, and taking action, you can achieve your goals and live your life purpose. Having said all this, let me close with the book of Proverbs 3:5-6 that states that trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. God bless you for watching my video. Please, let us be pragmatic in everything that we do. Focus on only what matters. Learn to say no, embrace imperfection, and always be good at whatever you do. Thank you so much.